What's up, family? Our word today comes from Romans chapter 12, verses 1 through 2, which states, I beseech you, or I urge you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Paul begins verse 1 by laying the foundation for how we should live our lives as children of God whose sins have been covered by the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, who paid the price for those sins. It's only rational, right? It's only right to present our bodies as holy and acceptable living sacrifices to God. Paul then gives us a major key to how to do this in verse 2. He urges us not to conform to this world, meaning we can't allow our minds, our actions, our character, our ways to follow worldly patterns. We are set apart as believers. We cannot mold ourselves according to the standards and expectations of this world. We don't try to align ourselves with what everyone else is doing in the world because we know our Father has a perfect picture plan. And we know aligning with his will over what the world tries to influence us to do is the best possible path for our lives. We may recognize, right, that some people being deceptive in business deals bring in a higher return on investment, right? But that's not how we are called to operate. We know the world tries to tell us to just focus on doing what makes you happy. That's all you need to focus on. But we know that's not what our Father tells us to do. This is why we must resist conforming to this world. It is filled, family, with constant distractions and influences that draw us away from the understanding of the will of God and who he is calling us to be. This is what Paul explains, that to be transformed into who God has called us to be, into great lights for the kingdom, to be set apart, we must constantly renew our minds, aligning them back with God and his word. Family, it's a call to truly learn how to be in the world, but not of it. It's a call to be consistent and intentional in repositioning our minds back in alignment with God and his word, getting back to submitting to his standard, his way, and his plan. And when we do this, family, Paul tells us we can then prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of God is, which is exactly where we want to be for that maximum kingdom impact through our lives. Let's continue to pray that the Spirit nudges us when we are starting to conform to this world and need to make some changes, remove ourselves from situations, or abstain from some things. Let's pray that the Lord continues to show us how to enjoy this life while remaining in alignment with his will. I love you guys. Shalom. Peace.